Have you ever noticed that in the Bible it doesn't put all the information about one subject into one neatly packaged passage? It spreads it throughout the Bible. So, how do I go about understanding a concept in the Bible when that's the case, when it's spread throughout the whole of the Bible? The way we do that is by exploring a topical study of Scripture. Now, this video is a part of a larger series of videos called Virtual Coach. And if you go to our channel, YouTube channel, Bethel Pittsburgh, under the playlist, you'll see a playlist titled Virtual Coach. And the titles of the videos help place it in category order. This is under the category of Bible study, how to grow in Bible study, in particular doing topical Bible studies. And the video above this was the starting of a topical study. And what you'll discover is it takes a good amount of time to get a good, healthy perspective of what the Bible's saying about a subject matter. And just to catch you up, what we're doing is we're going to utilize tools to locate the statements in the Bible about a particular subject. The example subject we're using here is angels. So what does the Bible say about angels? And we are initially starting with a website called Bible Gateway. And I think I had mentioned this before, but you can also use a website called Open Bible. Maybe search be the way you would do it. Yeah, topical Bible, Open Bible. And you can go in there and type, we're going to look for angels, click find out, and it'll bring up these different verses. Now, the reason why we're going to do this one differently, this particular website lists statements about the subject matter in the order of the way people have found it the most helpful. So you can kind of see people put helpful, not helpful in it. It kind of rates the most relevant verses in the opinion of others. And the advantage to this is you're going to find things a little quicker as far as relevant passages, because when you're using a concordance like we would use here, Bible Gateway, you're looking for the passages that only use that term. And sometimes the term angels being used and nothing's being revealed about it. And so that sits over there. So this is a useful tool for that reason. Also, sometimes the specific words not being used, where a concordance like Bible Gateway is only going to list the verses that use that specific word. The Open Bible website is not tied to that. But again, because I just think this is going to be a broader context, that it's going to be helpful to do it in the Bible Gateway, even though it's going to take us a little bit longer. Although, me glancing here, I just noticed this Isaiah 6:2 statement and the use of the word seraphim. So this is an example of how different words are being used to describe the same thing. And so that's going to make me want to note here in my document I'm using to pull everything together. I have words that I want to look for here. I'm going to add the word seraphim, and I'm going to continue to add to this list as we're walking through verses, and I see, oh, that's another word that's used for it. Let's incorporate that. And what I'm doing is so I kept notes here, words to look for, words looked for, although where I left off was on angel. I have that noted here, left off in Bible Gateway, angel at Genesis 21:17. You have the statements that we have so far, and we see that angels do interact with human beings. Angels do command human beings. Angels speak on behalf of God. And there is an incidence of people demanding to have sex with them, which opens the door to ask the question, is that even possible? Were they just ignorant? What is going on there? And so we're exploring that. So we'll go back to Bible Gateway. And that's this website here, Bible Gateway. And you can either put a passage in here that you're looking for, or you could put the word that you're looking for. I'm going to only put angel singular, because it will not take away letters, but it will add. So if I put angels, it's only going to look up when it's used in the plural. So if I put angel, it'll pull up both singular and plural. And we had left off at Genesis 21:17. So we're going to go to Genesis 21:17. Again, this is just giving us the general statement. May need to look back later to get the larger context, which these links do allow easier movement to that. So Genesis 1:17, and God heard the voice of the boy, and the angel of God called to Hagar. And you see some questions and stuff like that. So basically, I'm just going to add this to the thought that we had before, that angels interacts with human beings, which looks like we have two examples of that. We're going to add the 21:17 here, and then continue right along. And again, what we're doing is we're accumulating statements about like ideas that are revealed in Scripture, and then once we've gotten them all together, we're going to accumulate them into themes and organize them to get a picture of what the Bible reveals about angels. The angel of the Lord called to him from heaven, said, Abraham, here am I. So we got another interaction there. It was 22:11. 22:11. So a lot of Scripture revealing the same idea. Same thing there, and it looks like it's in the same general passage, 22:15. So I'm just going to add that there. Maybe put a dash, 20:11-15, interaction with an angel. 24:7, the Lord, the God of heaven, who took me from my father's house and from my land. I'm just kind of breezing through it, though. Spoke to me, swore to me, to try offspring I will give this land. He will send his angel before you, and you shall take a wife from my son there. Send his angel before you. So not exactly sure specifically what's that referring to right offhand. I'm guessing maybe the angel's going to be a guide or some source of protection or guiding an event. So Genesis 24:7, we're going to bring that down to here. It's a newer idea. 24:7, angel sent on behalf of a person, maybe protection, guidance, or something else. Need to look into further. So I'm giving myself some notes here of what I'm going to need to do when I come back to these. But again, right now I'm just accumulating. So go back to the list here, 24:40. He said to me, the Lord before whom I have walked will send his angel. He's repeating that same idea, so we're going to bring 24:40 into that listing there, verse 40 there, and continuing along. 28:12. And he dreamed, and behold, there was a ladder set up on the earth, reached to heaven, and behold, the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. I'm familiar with this story. I'm not really exactly sure what to do with it, as far as what that's telling me about angels. But I'm just going to, if I'm not sure, sometimes I'll give myself an unsure category. But if I have a general idea, I'm just going to note the, what is that, 28:12. Angels going up and down a ladder. Okay. And then 31:11. Then the angel of God said to me in the dream, Jacob, and I said to him, here I am. So an angel, actually, that's a different thing to note there. Genesis 31:11. 31 up. Genesis 31:11. 31:11. Angels can communicate to us through dreams. And I know that that happens with Joseph in the New Testament. Joseph, Jesus' earthly father. But we're going to note that here. And we're around the 10-minute mark for this video, so I'm going to stop there and note that I'm going to pick back up at Genesis 32:1 on the concordance. So put that note here. 32:1, I think it was. 32:1. And note, we only have 2 more passages to glance at for Genesis before we finally move on to Exodus. And this is approximately 20 minutes of study so far. And we've not even gotten out of Exodus yet as far as reflecting on our verses. And we're only on our first term. We still have all these other terms to look up. Some of these might have fewer terms. You'll note on the side here that angels mentioned 105 times. We got 15 of those times in Genesis. Some of these will have fewer times, so we'll move faster. Some will be more, so we'll move slower as we navigate our way through here. Actually, 282 total, 105 in the Old Testament, 177 in the New. Revelation, you can see, mentions angel quite a bit. So you can see how getting a good idea of a topic in Scripture is going to take a lot of time investment, but it's well worth it in order for us to get at the heart of what the Bible wants to reveal to us. So if you have any questions on that, leave that in the comments below. If you live in the Pittsburgh area and you would like to grow in your faith in person, we'd love for you to join us. We're Bethel Assembly of God at 2501 Staten Street. We meet Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. and Sundays at 10 a.m. Or if you can't join us in person, but you'd like to join us online, we stream our Sunday morning services live at 10 a.m. on our YouTube channel, Bethel Pittsburgh. We would love for you to join us that way, but may God bless you.